All right, hello everyone. This is Jaden on Jaden's podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Pakistan and its military. So I have it divided into three sections, and we'll just jump right into the first. So, section one is just how strong is Pakistan's military? So, to start off, they are a very defensive military. They are very focused on protecting their country and just bolstering their military in any way that they can. They have a budget of about 7 billion, and they've also had aid from America to fight terrorism, and the United States of America, has added about $11 billion to that budget. So that's bolstered their military quite a bit as well. And of course, the United States of America has had issues with terrorism in the past, so they are invested in helping Pakistan combat that threat as well. So Pakistan is a world top military power with about 919,000 personnel, 1,281 aircraft, and over 100 nuclear warheads. Pakistan is ranked 7th out of 137 countries for Air Force size, so that's pretty big Air Force threat that they are. It is also the largest Muslim state military, with the sixth largest military in the world, including their active personnel. So it's a very big military, very top world power. They very heavily influence the affairs in South Asia. There's not much that goes on, in the Middle East, South Asia, without Pakistan having some influence, just because of their military power that they do have. So going on to section two is military culture within Pakistan. So Pakistan, as I said before, they are a very influential power when it comes to their military in South Asia. And that doesn't apply to just South Asia, but including their own country. They have a lot of say what goes on in their own country because of their military power. It's such a force. In fact, their military has the power to veto power over security, foreign, and economic policies. So if they see something they don't like within the government, they pretty much have the power to veto it, which is kind of crazy. The country has frequent feuds with India, so it kind of creates this rivalry, and it kind of creates this pride for the civilians and the military as well, that they are such a strong military force. Another part of their military culture is that they had a nuclear war race with India. So back in the mid 1900s or the mid 50s, around there, they started to India started to come out with nuclear weapons. They started testing, and so Pakistan, seeing India as sort of a threat, they decided they need to push for nuclear weapon research even faster, and so they kind of went along with that. It did take them to about the 90s to finally develop some reliable nuclear weapons, but they eventually did, and that kind of caused that nuclear race war with India. Even though a lot of countries kind of didn't want them to make nuclear weapons, as that would create easier access for terrorists and other countries to get their hands on those nuclear weapons. So, on to the section three, our last section, is Pakistan's threats. So, as I said before, India is kind of one of their biggest rivals. And if you didn't know before, Pakistan actually used to be part of India. They broke off to kind of get over some feud that they had between the Muslims and the Hindus, and some of that rivalry kind of carried on. So there's still a little bit of bad blood between the countries, and not only that, there's also a piece of land kind of in between them called Kashmir, and it's a strategic point as far as military access and also water flow into both countries. So it's a very strategic position, and there's been four different wars just on that piece of land between India and Pakistan. So India is definitely up there for threats to Pakistan. Um, and another very big threat to them is terrorism. And we already know a little bit about it. And there's lots of extremists in the Muslim religion and just terrorists that kind of push their views onto others and are very extreme in their beliefs. And not only is it a danger to the citizens and their protection, but also the influence that they have is kind of dangerous. Like they're very they like to almost brainwash the citizens into their thinking and create even more extremists. And so that's a very big threat that Pakistan has. But overall, Pakistan has a very strong military, and it's definitely a top world power for their military. And yeah, I'm glad that I could have this podcast and share a little bit about this with you guys. And we'll see you next time.